Check, check. And then I'm got a question for you too. As soon as we go live.
And make sure you project your voice.
Yes, sir. But I'm definitely gonna ask you this question.
Why me?
Because I saw your name. It's like, what? Okay.
Oh, you saw? Okay. All right.
I saw a picture too.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have my watch on. Where's my watch?
You don't need it.
I do, because I hate, like...
It's fine. I really think you don't need no jewelry. You already shining.
Yeah, but
He said, yeah, but...
it looks better. Camera, my wrist.
Oh. Church, blame him. Please blame him, church. Okay. Mm-hmm. On 4. That's the shit he kept doing.
Jason?
That was his name? He was a cute little Caucasian.
What's up, guys? We are...
Come on.
What's up, guys? I am back with an exclusive interview with Sherrod, aka S.
Yes.
Of G Status ATL Hustle, and the reunion live filming just happened this past Sunday. So this is literally an exclusive interview because you are the first one to be able to speak out on an official public platform about what took place at the reunion, my God. And I will say that you showed your ass.
I would say I showed my ass too.
Oh, and you know what? I must say the church is probably glad to see you back because your original interview has been deleted, you know, is lost in outer space.
Oh, never mind. I know why.
I'm like, you know it's going.
I still have a clip on my page, so that's why I was like, why did it get deleted? But I'll save the clip. Okay.
Anyway, so this reunion with you acting an ass at this reunion. I was so disappointed in you.
I knew you was, and I knew you were going to be because I know you wanted to come with positivity and all that. But
yes.
I tried to have a positive mind state, but I'm gonna say this as soon as we get deep into it. But I just went with the flow and what I felt was right, and I had a lot of stuff built up, and I just had to get it out. Yeah,
so Sherrod has a lot to get off his chest because he literally hunted me down for us to do this interview.
Because every time we would try to do it, everything was messed up. One time I was in the hospital, then I couldn't make it, I had to go to work, so it was just a lot.
Well, I think that it was more appropriate for it to happen after the reunion anyway.
Yeah.
Because emotions rising and then people getting to see each other. Yeah. So, the reunion.
Where do we begin?
Where do we begin? We begin
backstage.
Back in the beginning, like before we actually started filming.
Because he was there and I looked right past him and then he checked me like, oh, you didn't speak to me. I was like, I'm so sorry, Ma. I was already focused, so I wanted to apologize for that. Yeah. And he was standing out with his outfit on, looking like a snack.
Yeah, well, the church knows I was.
With no drawers.
That's a lie. I had on a thong.
Oh, okay.
Had on a thong.
All I seen was ass.
The church already knew that I would be brought on as an EP for the reunion episode.
Now I'm seeing his name on everything, all the credits and the closeouts, and I'm like, oh.
All of what? It's only one episode, but to be honest with you, I think my biggest role as EP was just creating the questions for you guys.
Oh, well.
I mean, I was calling out shit while I was sitting there too, because.
Yeah. But his name gonna be on a lot of stuff, probably for season 2, so we yeah.
Come on. So let's get into this reunion. Okay. From the beginning, I will start because I arrived, saw everyone had no issue with anybody. Yes, I did have security because I don't play when it comes to fighting.
Because I was like, who is this man following you?
Yeah, I don't play.
Yeah,
I don't do the fighting.
I've seen, you was like, come on, let's go. We got to go.
From chasing Atlanta, yeah. I learned my lesson. Like, I don't got time for that. And not that anything would be directed towards me, but people get hurt when other people are fighting.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that was a big man.
He was. He made sure to protect me.
He could have protected some other folks.
But let's get into pre-taping. So I guess, well, I'll share with you what bothered me from the beginning. Just being in separate dressing rooms, hearing the conversations and what was going on. I do want to say that I think overall, everybody was slacking when it came to fashions. No shade.
No shade.
I mean,
listen.
Nobody looked horrible,
right?
But it wasn't a fashionista reunion moment.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, this is my thing. Like,
I thought I came overdressed.
You came, and if I could have the option to wear what you had on, like I would have. But this is the thing. Like, I don't go.
Share your story.
I don't go around like bragging about $1,500, because for a person to brag and say they had $1,500, what that shit you had on looked like you went to H&M, Zara, mixed.
Well, first, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Core Dum Dum.
Is this whole interview going to be about Corday?
No, because it's going to be about Tremel too.
Okay.
And I'm going to mention a few other people. But I was just saying, as far as fashion, like my thing was, I didn't have nothing to wear. I had to reach out at the last minute, so I paid somebody to go get something for me. And
I think I told Jason. I told Jason, my friend Lakia, I said that you should have contacted me. And the reason why you should have contacted me because
I didn't know he was a stylist. I'm burping, sorry. I didn't know he was a stylist. I did not know.
Even if I wasn't, you know that my fashions are always on point.
But then too, you high price and I was broke.
Actually, I would have looked out for you because I needed you, the underdog of the show, to come correct. That's why I was disappointed in you, because I heard in one dressing room someone said that your fur coat was fake and bare. I came to you and told you it was not fake. And when they called you out on it, after reunion on stage, you didn't clap back appropriately.
You know what?
Now, I wish you would have said something like, bitch, it may be from the thrift store, it may be from the consignment shop, but it's real. It may be dry rotted, my God. I think I said it in my vlog, but it's real. Right. And for Corday to be the fashionista, I was surprised that he didn't know the difference between
real and fake,
an authentic fur and a fake fur. He also didn't know the difference between the kinds of furs, because I think he called yours a fake fox. When really, if yours was fake, it would be considered a fake mink, not a fox. Right. Now, this bitch knows fashion.
And let me tell you, the reason why I made a joke, a mockery out of it, is because of what you told me backstage. They were saying it was Bear.
Bear, yeah.
So I just made a joke like, Burlington Coat Factory, because it was funny to me. And my thing is, I ain't got shit to prove to Corday or neither one of them. And my thing was, in my mind, I'm gonna be honest, I was in attack mode. I wasn't in a really reading mode. I just wanted to get shit off my chest and then let it be. So, like I said, I wish I would have came prepared with reads or da-da-da, but I wasn't.
See, so. I think the reason why I call you the underdog is because you didn't need reads. You need sincerity. You need to arrive with sincerity, that's all. Sincerity and realness.
Well, the realness.
Why? Because
why would I feel sincerity for any one of them?
No, sincerity within yourself and what you were delivering, because you would have been able to pull on the heartstrings of the audience and the public by you approaching it that way. Right. Because I'm wondering, how do you feel about your behavior at the reunion?
I feel now, I gotta be honest. Like, I feel 50-50. I felt like I could have handled things better, but then I only acted how anybody else would act when they just feeling like just how I was feeling. I was just feeling really emotional. I was upset. I was pissed off. I wanted to just really just hurt somebody. But then on the other hand, I'm like, no, just be above that. Sit there, look cute, hash it out with your words, not your fists or your hands, whatever. But, when you're in the moment, you just act off instinct, and that's what I did.
So to keep us from going all over the place, did anything specifically happen prior to everyone being introduced on stage? Backstage, was there anything that happened that I don't know about? Because I was back there, but I was also all over the place.
It was some things said backstage and that I heard, and right when I was coming out, Tremel was sitting down, and right before it was just a mess. Like, he just was really looking at me a certain type of way.
Tremel was?
You're right.
Okay. So there was nothing serious that happened behind stage. Everything actually did happen on stage.
Right. And
to start out with. Right. So let's talk about the moment or the core of the conversation between you and Corday to where it escalated and then you got up to attack him.
Now,
I think we all know Corday's ass ain't fighting nobody.
Let him tell it.
Because those flips and things that he was doing when security was holding him was just so extra, my God. I didn't know what the hell that was for.
Let him tell it. He is a beast. But my thing was, it escalated because, first of all, Corday do not let nobody talk or finish a sentence or not. He likes to jump in and then talk over you and then just try to tune you out because he trying to get his point across or make whatever. But it's like he don't allow you to talk or anything. So it was like, okay, you're not finna talk over me and I'm just finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna make you listen because you wouldn't shut up. You just was rah, 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 rah. And it's like, soon as I got up and in your face, you're like, you better sit down, you better get out of my face. And it was just like, no, don't bump all that. Where's that mouth?
But the reason why I said sincerity on your part is because you have to realize when you're actually winning. Corday was allowing himself to look like a fool because that whole moment with him having and planning for his assistant to run up, push the table underneath his feet so he can put his dirty ass feet on the table.
Oh, that's another thing. Boy, you are not at home. Like, how dare you sit them ugly ass boots on that table?
Now, I'm glad you just said that because that's what started a lot of the back and forth about him attacking about you and your fashions. His boots were actually cute.
They were ugly too.
In my opinion.
And
like here is the thing. You just said you don't have the coins to afford some of those things. So why did you feel compelled to make jokes about someone's fashion?
Because
if your fashions are not top of the line, the reason why I'm calling you out on that is because you said it yourself, and that's why I said having been genuine and sincere. Because had you just been honest in that moment, especially if it went as far as attacking your fashions, you could be like, I can't afford it. I'm, making it day by day. I'm doing the best I can. That would have pulled on the hearts of the people versus you attacking him for something, and then now him coming hard at you.
And that goes back to, again, like, that wasn't on my mind at the time to be sincere and all that. My thing was, I was just in attack mode. Because let me tell you something. Nobody came to that reunion to really reconcile or have an open mind or an open heart. They came to that reunion to stand firm in the shit that they were saying on that green screen.
But I wanted you to. I
was open for that. But once I felt the energy of the vibe of everybody else, it was like, no. The only person I was glad that I was to reconcile with was Charlie XL and Akeem. You know what I'm saying? And I wish the other ones was there, you know what I'm saying, but they weren't. But I felt good about that because at the end of the day, my real issue wasn't with them. Now, I was open to making up with Tremel and Corday once we kind of hashed out our differences, or even if we agreed to disagree. But I would have been like, okay, we leave it on the stage, it is what it is. But no, nobody, in my opinion, came there to reconcile it, to make peace. Because backstage, you're throwing shade, you're doing this, you're doing that. Because I heard it. Corday gonna walk past me and Trinity, I think. And I think it was me and Charlie. I don't know. But it was just like, you was just doing stuff to just really get under my skin. And I said it, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm working on that. But like, I have to not allow people to give me that to pull that energy out of me. And I have to. And
you also have to learn to own the moment because you just said yourself, you knew what people were saying backstage, but you also have to know when people are actually just putting on for attention, the public, and so on and so forth, so that you can actually come out the winner. Because everything that happened, I feel like it was hard to be 100% team you because of the fighting and your actions and certain comments.
And I want to apologize to the world and to the staff and everybody. Like it was so crazy. Like when they said, "Oh, you gotta go. Like you can't come back." Oh, I was even more pissed. And I was like, well, if I gotta go, this one gotta go too. But then I was like, wait a minute, I got up. He didn't get up.
So. Well, exactly. So how did the fight escalate from you two trying to fight on stage, which I really were fighting with security, which I never understand, my God. With these reality shows, why do y'all ass even try to fight if security is present? Because y'all look stupid as fuck.
Right.
My God. Yes, I'm the bishop, but I'm going to say the word. Y'all look stupid as fuck trying to fight when security holding y'all back. Like, that is the waste of energy.
I was really trying to get to him, for real. He the one that was jumping in front of security.
But you already knew security was there. So what was the purpose?
Well, my thing is, on site mean on site. I don't care who they.
But you can't be on site when security is there. You're not getting to the person.
I slapped him twice, so I got to him.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so.
And then backstage.
Yes, so you guys were escorted off stage.
So we was escorted off stage, and then I went through because he was just running that mouth like that. Because I ran through the dressing room. It was Dre Simber right there.
They're driving me crazy, my God. The whole entire cast is just driving me crazy.
So Dre Simber was in there. I ran through him to get to Corday because he running the mouth. So we facing each other. Ja got him, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm by myself. Like what? Then out of nowhere, Dre Simber like running his mouth, da-da-da-da. And so he ends up throwing a bottle. It didn't hit me, but I was like, okay. So now I'm going after him and Corday at the same time. We end up outside. People just, when people get around security and all that, people just want to buff.
Speaking of why I also needed security, because I needed to be able to get some exclusive footage. So I don't have the bottle, but I do have you acting a fool outside. And I do have Dre Simber acting a fool. Because I was right there. Because Dre Simber actually grabbed my security, and then Jason let him know he has a gun you might want to let go.
Oh, so Dre Simber grabbed your security.
Because I was at where the gate was to close like the garage door. I was there filming both of you on my phone. And so my security was right here.
Trying to get no sneak peeks.
That's my job.
Sell it to TMZ and all that.
That is my job, to have the behind the scenes going on. And the only reason why I missed the throwing the bottle because I thought that security had it handled, so I was still sitting in my seat.
Listen, that security, that was some cool ass security because I had a few of them come to me. And was like, bro, you can't do that, but I get you. I say, you feel me? But I apologize to them. I apologize. I especially apologize to the owner.
This lets me know that the security was negligent because security should not be trying to secure people, but then encouraging someone by letting them know, we understand why you're behaving this way.
That was just a little sidebar,
But all it would do was ignite you and fuel you even more.
But it didn't though, because by this time I had already calmed down. This is when I came back into the building. Because I was kicked out, so I wasn't allowed for a few minutes. But I came back and I said, okay, I wasn't going to get up no more. And I didn't. I didn't get up no more.
So, really quick. Because this reunion was all over the place. It was organized. Y'all behavior was all over the place. When you talk about Dre Simber's involvement, we need to know
why.
Why? Yes, okay. Of course. The last episode y'all fought.
Yes,
we get all that.
So this
because you knocked the drink out of his hand. Right. So is he actually valid with throwing a drink at you because you knocked one out his hand in the last episode?
No. Because this is the thing. I knocked that drink out your hand. You already retaliated and responded to that. So by you
was done. So you were saying
right. That was it. You throwing a bottle at me or whoever you're trying to throw it at. You were just trying to involve yourself in something at that moment didn't have nothing to do with you.
Okay.
And you just came out there because you seen and you heard.
I will agree that it was a punk move on Dre Simber's part because if two people are already fighting, so you try to jump in and add yourself in the mix.
Right. And so
it's just silly.
Now my focus is on Corday, but now it's got to be. But like I said, I was with the shit. I apologize, but I was with it. Now. Why Dre Simber? So me and him, we went back and forth days before the reunion. He was on live with Milan.
Okay.
I went on Milan's page. I went on Milan's live because I don't really follow Dre Simber.
Okay.
So I went on Milan's live and then I listened to the conversation. And I was like, hey, Milan, da-da-da-da. They didn't acknowledge it at first. But I heard Milan say the same stuff that he'd been saying about production, Corday, da-da, he's moving on, da-da-da. But then Dre Simber was the one running his mouth, saying this and this and that, and we were boring, and da-da-da, and calling us bitches, and da-da-da, laying hands. And then when Dre Simber seen me on the live, that's when the shit hit the fan. And he was like, oh, that bitch on here, da-da-da, what's up, da-da-da.
And how many days before was this?
This was Friday.
Okay. Do you know, I want to say before you go any further that all of y'all asses are so immature because I'm just trying to figure out where the real beef is. Y'all acting a fool and nobody has a real issue other than Corday and the things that he say that are just completely inappropriate.
Right.
But at the core of everything, there ain't no real beef.
Y'all don't have
no real issues.
Let me finish. Okay, so the whole thing with Dre Simber, we going back and forth. He pull up, dropping locations, da-da-da. So that was in my mind, but I kind of shunned it to the back because, like I said, my real issue was with Corday and Tremel. Now, like I said, when that went down, he involved himself. It is what it is. But me and him actually inboxed each other, and we kind of buried the hatchet. And
who was that?
This is Dre Simber.
Dre Simber.
Yes. So
y'all buried the hatchet after reunion or before?
After.
Okay, so after y'all was acting a fool and almost got the whole reunion shut down. Okay. So why could y'all not do that at the reunion? This is one thing I will say the reunion was missing. The reunion was missing the moment of somebody reconciling. Right. And to be honest with you, not to put the pressure on you, it was your responsibility.
I feel like...
Because when Corday's ass said that he was not going to apologize. It was your job to be the winner and to be the bigger person and apologize. And when the question was asked of you, you know, do you have anything to say? Would you apologize? I was thinking at first, I was like, what the hell is he apologizing for? Because Corday really is the one that caused the issue. But
that's
then
what I
stopped
was
to
saying.
think you could have apologized and owned the fact that you caused the fight to happen.
Okay, now I agree. You said it was a core beef or whatever. I feel like I genuinely...
There was no real core beef.
I feel like I really... Okay, if not a beef, I really still have an issue with them too. Only because...
With Tramel and...
Yes.
Well, we didn't get to Tramel's yet,
okay,
so we're still on Corday.
But Corday, I feel like that whole... When Trinity brought up the whole HIV thing, I feel like that was his moment to really acknowledge and then really sincere apologize again. But... There's
a smile on my face, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish, let you know why there's a smile on my face.
And he took that moment and he was like, damn, I can't remember word for word, but
he didn't really receive the moment.
He didn't.
The reason why I'm smiling is because you caught something, and that whole moment was orchestrated by me. I sat with Ja. Ja informed me about Trinity's status because I was not the host, so I made sure I asked questions since Corday has been acting as if he has been unfairly judged and attacked, even by me in my critiques on the recaps. I gave him a moment to be able to be seen as a human and be receptive to someone's story. And he failed.
He did fail.
And I'm glad, I smile because I'm glad that you caught that moment was specifically for Corday to own his shit.
And let me tell you, if he would have went to that approach totally different, I would have backtrack like a motherfucker and be like, Corday, I apologize, this and this. That's all I wanted, for you to just man up for the whatever else you did to me and said to me, cool, but that was your moment.
That was his moment.
Right.
And I made that moment specifically for him. I told you, I said, this is going to either make or break Corday. And I said, and it's great that Trinity is hosting because since she is open about her status, she can really hopefully break him down and see why the statements that he made is not only harmful to you, but to people in general who have HIV and people who don't, because you're putting on a person for them working in a sexual field as that they would probably have an STD or HIV, which that could happen to anybody in any field, because we all are out here fucking, and most people aren't even fucking using condoms, my God.
And you know,
no shade.
Can I drop a little tea, or I can't drop no tea?
You can drop some tea, I guess.
Why he talking about me? Like, I feel like he needs to go get checked out because...
Now, see, you can't do that.
Okay, well, no. Now, I wouldn't say checked out, but my thing is, don't throw rocks and hide your hands because you're not...
Well, I already called him out on that in reference to with him having shared about his sexual addiction and him having all of these sexual partners. He could be in the same situation for people to call him out for the same thing. But I was disappointed in that because I literally did sit down to make that moment happen that way. And Trinity did her job 100%. I was so proud of her. And I told her, I said, this moment that I completely crafted a certain kind of a way for you to be using, you know, the questions I asked, that moment, she owned her moment with that, and he failed. And it was disappointing to see. And this is the difference between Akeem being messy and saying reckless things and Corday. Akeem owns his shit. He will say it was wrong. I might say it again, but it was wrong. And I love that the moment where we showed the clip of Corday saying, go get checked out, and also saying the word sick. Corday's ass backpedaled even after us showing the footage that he actually said this shit. And then Akeem spoke up and said, no, you didn't just say clinic, honey. You said sick as well. Like, we knew what the fuck you were trying to imply. And this is why Akeem is allowed to be as messy as he is, because when it's time to really speak some truth, he speaks the truth and owns his shit. And Akeem was not for it. He was like, no. And Corday kept trying to backpedal and say, that's not what I meant. Maybe he needed a shot. Maybe he needed this. Like,
it was just emotion.
Grow the fuck up, as old as you are. Because he is the oldest one on the cast.
He tried to
no shade. Now that's some tea.
He tried to compare something. And I was just like, boy, like, we know what you're talking about. You can't sugarcoat it. You can't dress it up. Like, we know what you were saying. And my thing with that is, you thought you was hurting only me, but you wasn't. You hurt a lot of other people, a lot of younger people. Correct. They in my DMs like, oh my God, like, you know, I'm kind of, and I'm like, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, he stopped my bag, by the way. That's another reason why I was upset.
Oh, come on, share.
So because of that episode, Court Dum Dum, I had 3 promoters reach out to me and say, I'm not going to book you for an event. I'm not going to book anybody from that show because of that episode, because this is...
So it was the episode in its entirety?
Right. He was like, based off that episode, I can't book you. I had 2 other promoters that was trying to book you and another person from that show. We can't book you
because you guys are on this particular show and that moment happened. And that's what I was trying to
and I wanted
explain.
to say that on the show, but I called Ja and I said, Ja, like, I'm pissed off, I'm crying right now, because for 3 promoters to say that they backed away from booking me and somebody else from the show because of what Corday did and said, like, that really hurt me. You know,
it was extremely reckless, and it said that at the reunion he could not own that.
Yeah, and then my initial, I was gonna serve him. I was gonna serve him. I talked to him.
You did mention that at the reunion.
Yeah, I was gonna serve, but the person who did it, like, they were in town, but they didn't show up. I don't know. It was a lot, but because they sent me a picture of the papers or whatever.
Okay, for the cease and desist.
Right. I was gonna serve him that, but they never showed, and it was just like, oh my God, why? But I really felt like had he would have apologized and made it right, I would have just dropped everything and let it go. Now, I'm gonna say this. I still feel like we can reconcile that whole thing, but he has to be willing.
Genuine, yeah.
He has to be willing to just drop all that petty shit. Me too, and let's just come together and let's do it. Whether we not friends or whatever, as long as we got it out the way and we apologize to each other genuinely, I'm with it. Because that apology you wrote me after the episode aired and you knew it was wrong, I didn't take you serious, because after that, you went on live with Tramel for the King and Kai show, Key show.
The Royal Couch.
Yeah, the Royal Couch. After I did it, you and Tramel, they was like, oh, I need to get on. And so they went live. And this was the same day you sent me the apology, the same day the episode aired. And it's like, I didn't take you serious, bro.
Well, Corday is known for backpedaling and twisting shit because I wasn't going to give him life about this. But he did happen to, after the reunion, go on his live from what I was informed, because I don't watch his shit, my God. I was informed that he went to go talk about me, saying that...
Not you.
Yeah. He said that...
Your favorite?
That I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Where's my drink?
The person who was my initial favorite along with Charlie... Which is sad, because if somebody is saying that you're their favorite, clearly my criticism will be constructive. And not that I'm trying to actually tear you down. And it probably is more factual because you're my favorite and it's not me hating on you. But it was so interesting that he would go on live and then say that he has no issue with me, because I guess someone must have asked him. And I approached him behind stage first. With my vlogging camera. I was nice and sweet, and I asked him, did he have an issue? He said no, he was smiling and cheesy and getting his makeup done and everything else. So he goes on live to say that he doesn't have an issue with me. I must have the issue. How the fuck do I have the issue if I approached you at the reunion?
He said, do you have an issue? And if you, in order for me to say that, you would have said or initiated something for me to ask you that. Which is why
is his behavior on social media.
Which is why I said y'all started with me first. I would not be going so hard if y'all didn't say anything or do anything to make me react. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't be in this situation now. So I don't just make shit or stir shit up just for the fun of it. That's never been the case. I wanted to come on this cast open and bond with everybody and get along and work together. I knew we was gonna bump heads, but damn, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. The show fell apart before we even finished. So
definitely. So not only did he say that about me on live, he also then said that he doesn't understand why people with these platforms get so much respect on what they say, because all they do is just have a platform. But he is the main person who is on these shows claiming to have so much more than other people, yet I actually have more than you.
Did you catch when he said, oh, you need this show, this is the only thing you have? You caught that when he said that about me?
To you or to
me?
Did I catch that? I think he did say that, but I'm trying to figure out what he has, because he then said the same thing about me, I think, on the live. I think he said that I'm trying to ride on the coattails of this show when my fucking following is bigger than this damn show. And it's no shade to Ja and any of you, but the reality of it is my following existed before you guys, and it is bigger, and I think that a lot of my people have come from my channel and my church to come support you guys. So for him to say that is just asinine. Then he also said Had to make a comment. This is why the very person who goes on live and says that I have the issue with him, but not with me, you're on your live talking about me. And the reason why he said that I have the issue is because he said that I was on my recaps talking about him for the past 3 weeks. Well, nigga, you are on a fucking show that I'm recapping. I know I'm cursing my ass off, but this boy just annoys me because it's just like, this is the stupidest stuff that I've ever heard as to how he tries to twist and flip stuff.
He has 3 EPs and he's working on another one.
But yet nothing has come out this entire season of this show.
They blocked it from Disney Radio.
Exactly. And then he also brought up my security too. Talking about I was being pretentious, I think, and wanting it for show. If anybody is on this for show, it is Corday.
I think so. Like, bro, like how he acts and how he gets, like, it amazes me. Like, he has his own little thing on YouTube now. Like, it's like, bro.
I just wish that baby well. Happiness, peace, and health, because there are some serious issues there, and I hope he gets.
But he's going through, and this is not to even sound malicious, but you say you're going through depression and all this, whatever you're going through, but it's hard to feel sympathy for somebody when they're steady attacking other people.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because I was going to drop bringing up what he said about me on his live, but you bringing up him claiming to have had depression is so important, because when people say that they suffer or battle with depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation, I'm very sensitive to that because of what I've experienced. Right. Well, someone commented on his live, as I was informed, about my security and said, well, maybe Ty had security because he does battle with anxiety. So it probably made him feel more comfortable being around people who actually critiqued not knowing how you would respond to him in person. And he said, it wasn't about no damn anxiety. He just was being pretentious. Right. So you battle with the same shit, but then want to try to twist that I actually had security for those very same reasons.
Yeah, and and once again, I don't want to make this whole thing about him, but it's just the shit that he says. Like, you can't say, sex addiction and all this other stuff, and you talking about some, well, I grew up, I didn't know what sex was, I didn't know what the top or bottom was. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh because that's like the whole, I don't kiss in public, I don't talk about that, but you have a sex addiction. And you judging me for doing porn, but you hoe kissing niggas in the club and...
Well, porn is a little bit worse than
but let me tell you, but he's done worse though. And I know that for a fact. I will tell you that off camera. But anyways.
I mean, you can tell it here.
I mean, just... I don't want to because we just got off that.
He is going to swear this whole moment is about him, my God, but...
It is. Shit, the reality... You do the most.
This is the problem though. For someone to think that people are always talking about him when he brings the most bullshit to the show for us to talk about.
Bullshit. Okay, let's switch it up real quick because I want to get this out the way too.
To Tramel?
Now,
okay. Are you officially done with Corday? Because we're not going back to Corday.
Okay, before I be done with Corday, I just want to say, Corday, get your shit together, bro. Like, I don't have a problem with dropping and deading this issue. If you come to me and you apologize, if you don't apologize, it's cool. We can go our separate ways. But don't mention my name no more. Don't say nothing about me. If you can't be a man and step up and right your wrongs. Period. That's it. I'm done. Now, Tramel.
I do want to, before we transition into Tramel, I do want to address something else that happened after the reunion. And it bothered me to the core. It actually hurt my feelings because it wasn't about me. It was about you. And
what did I do?
It wasn't. No, you didn't do it. It was what Corday did. And so I was really bothered because this same person who was on the live saying I have an issue with him tags me in a derogatory, disrespectful, bullying sort of a post about you in his snap.
Oh yeah, because Mikey ATL posted me in it. A few other people posted me in it, but by the time I saw it, it was gone.
I had the screenshot of it because I'm going to actually put it in this video.
Oh Lord.
I'll put it right here where we are right now. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it. No, I need you to be done.
I can't be done
now. Let me finish. I need you to be done, but it bothered me because...
he said something about I had hemorrhoids or something.
No, not that. It was in reference to him saying this bitch had fake furs and something about your shoes. I'm gonna post it in this video.
You damn right I got them polos from motherfucking
But no, let me explain to you why it hurt my feelings and it bothered me. Because I feel like it came across like him being a bully. One, if you do have money in reference to him to buy certain kinds of fashions, that means you're also able to see others who are in positions to where they can't afford it.
Which you should be trying to give back.
Not necessarily has to give back, but you shouldn't be going as far as to make fun of people who can't afford certain things. And so it just bothered me because it just showed how evil and nasty his true character really is, because this is post-reunion, and to be making fun of someone's clothes and things. I mean, I get in certain scenarios it could be light shade, but not when he knows that.
I feel like he didn't throw, like Corday don't throw shade. He throws hatred comments. He throws stuff that can hurt. Shade ain't supposed to hurt. Shade is supposed to be light, funny, or whatever, but he throws things that hurts, like daggers and knives. Like, he tries to really go below the belt. He tries to really hurt you doing that. And it's kind of like, bro, like, there's no need. If you're in a big, if you're who you say you are, you don't even need to even throw shade. You can
for someone who is so unbothered by others, he does a lot to publicly make points about people, because I was trying to figure out, and this is why I say I know it wasn't just fun shade, it was to be malicious, nasty, and evil, because why am I, the person who you think don't like you, why am I tagged in a post about you? That post had nothing to do with me, but I am tagged in a post about him dragging you about your fake fur, which was actually a real fur, in the shoes that you had on.
And you know what? It was real fur, and that shit ripped when I was trying to beat your ass.
It was torn.
It was, because I was, But, okay, I'm done with him. Let's move on to Tramel. Now.
So you're sure you're done? Nothing else, because we're not going back to that. I don't even want to call him a young man, because he's
it. We're not going back to it.
No, I don't want to say it. That's disrespectful.
All right, well, him. That's not, I just don't want to
My shade was real, because young man means somebody is young.
Well, I don't want to talk about him no more. Just, if you ain't got nothing else nice to say about me, or just don't mention me, I won't mention you. If you want to make amends, I'm cool with that. Set it up, we can do it. If not, leave me alone.
He is not making amends with you after this video.
I know, but I'm just saying it is what it is. Now, off him,
Tramel.
Here we go.
Now, we made it through the reunion without you and Tramel having any back and forth. Although, I was a tad bit annoyed with Tramel and Corday kikiing the whole reunion together.
That's what I was going to tell you.
And this is what bothers me about Tramel. As much as I like Tramel, the fact that he continuously links himself to someone who is evil, vicious, manipulative, and nasty, that is only a representation of who you actually are.
Oh, but he's grown.
Because I feel like birds of a feather flock together. I mean, it's a very elementary statement, but
he's grown. Let him tell it.
So go on ahead.
So what bothered me with Tramel was that whole reunion. He didn't say nothing. He may have had side conversations with Corday, saying stuff that I couldn't hear at first. Then you want to wait till after the questions and all. Somebody must have asked him a question.
Well, I have to be fair, because my job in being an interviewer and correspondent is to be fair and unbiased.
All right.
Well, I'm not to be biased. I'm sorry. Sometimes I am biased, no shade. But I try to be as fair as possible. Someone did actually ask him the question, because, to be honest with you, the reunion was done.
It was done.
When that question was asked.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, though. They asked him that question, and then he had...
What was the specific question?
Something about... something about drama. It was something in reference to me.
To you, yes.
And then he was like, something about, like, I ain't got nothing for that bitch, or fuck that bitch, or something. He was like, and I was like, who you talking? Like, me and Charlie had to look like, who? He was like, her. I was like, I'm a him. But my thing is, if you had something to get off your chest about me, you didn't have to wait for you to get asked that question. I wouldn't have popped off with you depending on your delivery. If you would have said, you know, honestly, Sherrod, I didn't like things that you were saying or how you went about things. And I would have been like, okay, I did that because of this. Or I would have been like, okay, cool.
Well, explain why you did what you did, because I will say it was a tad bit unfair, because our first interview when you came here, you were ready to attack Tramel, not having known that Tramel came here first and Tramel said positive things about you. So Tramel's hurt actually stemmed from the fact that regardless of the first episode, that still wasn't that. It was light shade. It wasn't really severe stuff. And so for it to carry over into talking about his appearance, because if I'm going to defend you about somebody talking about your shoes and your fur, you talked about his teeth and his lips.
I did. And I took from that first episode and I was like, okay, damn, like this dude shaded me. We really don't know each other like that. So I got offended. I got offensive, you know what I'm saying? And I would be open to, whenever I'm wrong, I can apologize for something.
So why did it carry from after seeing that first episode and even seeing his first interview, why did it carry any further with you doing lives and interviews about Tramel?
Because he kept just saying stuff and doing stuff. And my thing was, like, I guess it was just, everybody was just playing their role, period. Like, I took offense to it, but that didn't stop you from saying more stuff and doing more stuff. And then we modeled for V. Desmond.
Yes.
We went to DR. Our boss is like, I want y'all to shoot together. I said, no, I don't want to shoot him. We're not on the best terms. And then...
Was that after the interviews that were here? So why did you say no?
I said no because we wasn't speaking. It was this animosity. And then I can remember one time I was filming Lit, and we was going back and forth online in the comments or da-da-da. And I guess he had called me, but I was filming, so I couldn't pick up. But I was like... In my state of mind, I'm like, okay, if I call him back, I know I'm gonna want to fight or tell him to pull up. So I'm just leaving it alone. But anyway, back to DR. We get to DR. Boss said he wanted us to shoot together. I said no. It took me some time, and I was like, well, if my boss asks me to do something, I'm gonna do it. So I said, you know what? For you, I don't mind talking to Tramel, putting it whatever we can aside to get this shot done.
Okay.
Or just really making amends and just calling it a day. I told him to tell him that. He said, well, Tramel said no, he don't want to do it. I said, oh, okay, well, that was an opportunity that was missed right there. But then you come back to the States, you go on the King and Key show or the Royal Couch.
King and Q.
Q. I'm so sorry, baby, if I said your name. I'm going to just say the Royal Couch. So you go on the Royal Couch and then you just say all this stuff. And it's like, bro, we had an opportunity to make it right in DR. I would have said, I'm sorry for saying this, that, da. Let's just move on, get it out the way. But no, you declined. You came back and you went on the Royal Couch and you said all this other stuff, which I guess we was just with the shit then. And so...
But you did say some mean things when we interviewed you here. Now, I will say, in reference to with you saying that people were playing their roles, I will say you were playing a role. Let me tell you why. You were playing a role because you asked before that interview, how did it go with Tramel? And I didn't tell you. But you were hesitant to say certain things because you didn't know if he said positive things about you or not.
Right.
So I think even with that, it still was more of your responsibility to try to make it right with Tramel.
And you know what? That's my fault. But like I said, stuff was still happening on social media. So regardless if I would have went on here and said something positive, what was going on social media was still negative.
That's not true. That's not true because think about the timeline. He came here the same day as you, I think. Morning, afternoon. His was positive until after he saw your interview. So it was your job. And the thing that made me disappointed about you in this reunion was, I feel like the bigger demon for this show is Corday. You need to learn how to choose your battles. That's what makes you end up looking badly because when everybody is against you, people tend to think it's not them, it's you. So you needed to have owned something to make it right with everyone else. Right. And maybe not Corday because literally Corday is dead ass wrong in this whole entire situation. Right. So your focus at the reunion should have been Corday, if you're going to continue an issue with or have beef with, and settling it with other people because you do have your own responsibility and faults with at least Tramel. The December, I really can't say for sure. Yeah. But at least Tramel. And so that's what made you. That's what and I want to be honest. That's what made the audience kind of having mixed feelings and mixed emotions about what was going on and being totally on your side because of the fact that you had too many issues with people.
And it's like if I put myself in those situations, which I did, I can man up and say, okay, cool, I did it. I would love to make it right, but with Tramel, I just feel like sometimes he like, I won't say he a follower, but like him and Corday is like Batman and Robin. It's like monkey see, monkey do. It's like if you're grown and you don't want all that negativity and da-da-da.
Why detach yourself
from him because it's making you with the shit. Even on the episode, you was like, oh, something he said. And he was like, well, I'm just going to go along with it. No, don't go along with it. Stop.
Was it pillow talk or something like that?
Yeah, he had said something. He was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going. And it's like, no, because even if that's your friend, you could check your friend right or wrong.
But this is the problem.
And he was saying some stuff, but like.
It wasn't consistent and severe enough. But you're right. And this is why I'm glad you said that about if it's your friend, you should be able to check him. If Tramel actually checked Corday, they wouldn't be friends. And this is why I've said, it ain't nothing in my back. It's my throat.
Just clear it. A lot of mucus.
Anyway, this is the moment for you, my guy.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So, if Tramel would actually checked Corday, they would not be friends, which is why I'm disappointed in Tramel because I've said in my recaps, they're only friends because they are against everyone else. It's almost like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They're not genuine friends in my opinion, because if they were, they wouldn't be friends, because Sherrod would be calling Corday out on his bullshit.
Right.
You said in the beginning of this interview that he was one of my faves. Now we have issues that we really don't have an issue, but there is some issue out there because of him, and he was my favorite. So for him to, and it's funny because he was the one who claimed that he sold the TyCouture TV brand to Ja, and he was so excited about it. And it was interesting because when he watched me critique Chasing Atlanta and every other show, so it's fine to see me call others out, but when it's time to call out your ass, now we have an issue and you're in the comment section trying to drag me and disrespect me.
I'll say, so, I'll be watching the little YouTube comments and they're like that whole controversy episode, like when people was actually had the nerve to be in his corner after all that, and he was just he was loving all that glory, and I was just like,
well, it's confusing because we're back on Corday's ass again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, can we finish this? Let me just finish this with Tramel real quick.
Go ahead.
So with Tramel, you know, I want to apologize for the things that I've said and did. Now, when I heard or I seen in the comments you called me a fag, I really don't like that word. And so when I seen that comment, that really pissed me off, and I didn't give a damn after that. But what bothered me was, if you had something to say to me during the reunion, you could have said it. You know what I'm saying? I would have heard you out. I probably would have been pissed, but I would have heard you out. But what bothered me was the reunion was over, you got asked that question, and then you wanted to start to pop off. You see me backstage, but when that question got asked and the reunion was done, then you wanted to pop off and say, oh, fuck that bitch, da-da-da. But it's like, where was all that during the reunion? Or you could have been like, wait a minute, let me say my piece, speak my piece. As opposed to kicking with Corday and talking shit under y'all breath. You could have been man up to say what you had to say, but you didn't. You felt like you probably didn't need to address me or da-da-da. And that's cool, but don't get mad how I react because of what you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I want to move forward. Whether or not you want to make it right is cool, but like I said, and like I told Corday, don't speak on me no more. I won't speak on y'all, period. If you want to make it right, let's make it right. If not, let's keep it moving.
Alrighty, so is that all you have to say on today?
Yes, shout out to Ja and the whole G-Status brand. Everybody, thanks for letting me be a part. Hopefully, thank you. Church,
I'm always
his kiss.
This is a different kind of an interview, my guy. This is serious. I'm trying to impart and encourage you, my guy. But you're trying to make it sexual.
I'm not trying to make it sexual.
Remember, it's 2 of us here, not 3. This whole brand is going back to what it was before the 3rd person was here.
Okay, got it. Lips to myself. But honestly, shout out and thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the supporters that I have, fans. I really don't like saying fans, but thank you.
But really quick, we didn't talk about the fact that you didn't have a microphone at the reunion.
Oh yeah, I wasn't mic'd up. I got called backstage to be like, get mic'd up. But then I get back there, we didn't get mic'd up. Me, Charlie, and I think somebody else didn't have a mic. And
I'm glad you shared that, and it wasn't my responsibility because I'm listed as an EP, and I don't want people to think that because
Josh said go back there and get mic'd up, and then we get back there, and it ain't no mic. He cussing us out like, get your ass on. I'm like, wait, we supposed to get mic'd up.
My job as EP was mainly the questions, and I think I did a great job.
He did a great job.
I was afraid because I wasn't sure if people would have the correct rebuttals, because there were certain moments during the reunion where I was like, after they asked the question, then somebody said something else, it was their business to go back and drill the person, because I would have drilled the person, because I think the moment where Dre Simber kept saying that Corday is connected to production and didn't just say he's fucking Ja, in that moment, I would have pulled it out. Like, okay, so what's the connection?
And I was leaving all that to Dre Simber because that's what he was talking about on his live. He was like, he gonna call it out.
But he didn't say any of that, and I was waiting for that.
And I thought he was gonna say it, because I'm just like, well, I'm gonna let Dre Simber do all that shit because right now, he seemed to be on the road, but he didn't say that. I guess whatever Corday said to him, he was like, oh. So I guess that kind of flipped his, I don't know, but yeah.
So how do you feel about the reunion overall?
I feel like the reunion overall, it was good. This is my very first one ever. If I do season 2, I'll know next time what to do, what not to do. But the reunion was well put together. The stage, the decorum, the venue. It wasn't that far from the city. I loved the host. Shout out to Trinity K. Bonet and Trey the Boss with his fine ass.
Well, his name is Caleb.
Oh, Caleb.
They did a phenomenal job.
Everybody
I was
looked
proud
good.
Of them.
Your outfit was cute.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm just happy to have been on this platform, and I'm just trying to move up. You know, I'm working on the calendar. I've been hitting around that.
What else? The calendar. What else?
The calendar. I'm going into entrepreneurship.
Are you getting the right fashion stylist? Because I know early on in this interview we talked about your fashions for this reunion. My God, and you should have contacted me. That's what I was also disappointed with you with, because you could have been sickening at a low cost.
I know.
And that was your job. It was your job because Corday's ass has called you out for certain things and he thinks he's the fashionista of the show. It was your job to come there sickening. I don't care if you said, bitch, Ty, what the fuck do you got in your closet? I don't care if I gotta roll the sleeves up to make it 3/4 and roll the pant leg up. Yeah. You should have been there. Right.
I know for next time, but then again, the clothes don't make you. You make the clothes whatever you wear. So even if I showed up wearing a
that's partially false.
It ain't false. I said pause. It ain't false. You make the clothes don't make you. Or it's 50-50. I don't know. But my thing is, I looked at
not when you gonna call somebody and say somebody else's boots look ugly.
Because to me, they looked ugly.
But you gotta make sure that your shit is all the way right.
Well, I was cute. And didn't nobody else think it was ugly but him.
You didn't. Nobody is saying you looked badly. But when you think about calling someone else out for their fashions.
A1 before I do that.
Come on,
right,
baby,
well,
come on.
Listen, America, Sherrod
I see some deliverance happening right now.
Yes, you know, this is me. And I'm not.
And before we close, I do want you to share, how did you feel about Milan, True, and Zafar not showing up?
Cowards. No, I'm just playing.
No, you're right.
No.
And I actually like Zafar.
No. They not cowards.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they the fuck are.
No.
They are cowards for not showing up, because a coward is one who allows a show that they signed up for to go on without their voice being heard. That's called a coward.
God, don't hate me, y'all, for saying this, but I just felt like y'all really needed to show up. And even if y'all problem was with production or whatever the case may be, y'all should have just said all that there. You know what I'm saying? Because it just really made it look bad. Now, but I did get some tea that...
Come on.
I did get some tea that True would have been there.
True was supposed to... He was supposed to come, yes.
True told me that Ja didn't reach out to him until the day of, and he was still in Mississippi or coming back from Mississippi. So he said if Ja would have reached out to him prior to the reunion, he would have at least came to the reunion.
I feel like some of that is not true.
And that's out of truth. That's out of truth.
Because...
We didn't talk about no drugs and all that. That wasn't,
I'm trying to figure.
I just asked him. I said,
"See, that's throwing me off, because my meeting with Ja in reference to the questions, I had questions for True, and that meeting happened for the questions for the reunion on Wednesday. The reunion wasn't until Sunday,
right?
So I'm not sure how that worked out. That True didn't know he was allowed to come.
No, he didn't say he wasn't allowed. He was just like, because he wasn't talking and done with production or whatever. But he said he would have came had Ja would have called him prior to the reunion date.
Well, I will confirm that with Ja when Ja comes to be interviewed, because I'm trying to figure out, Ja had already expected him to come when I was working on questions on that Wednesday, which that Wednesday gives him 5 days to Sunday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days. So,
and then Milan, of course, Milan kept saying he wasn't coming. He was in New York anyway, so I know he wasn't coming. Although I wish he would have just spoke his piece there, whatever. Zafar was booked as usual, so I knew he wasn't coming. Plus, we had to film lit that night too. So,
booked is not an excuse when you have committed to something else.
True.
It actually makes you irresponsible.
Well, everybody likes staying booked and busy. So
it makes you irresponsible to be booked somewhere else when you have prior commitments. And I love me some Zafar, I do.
Yeah, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all should have came. I told y'all this personally. I feel like y'all should have came, but y'all have your own reasons.
And I wish True would have come, because True left the show at the moment where he was starting to become very likable.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, damn, you could at least, finish Confessions, but he was like, he would have showed up to the reunion had y'all would have reached out. But it's over and done with now. So my thing is, thank you, America. Thank you, G Status Brand. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me. I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress, but I will aim to be better, work on my attitude, not being so sensitive, and hopefully no more issues going forward.
Are you coming back to G-Status ATL Hustle Season 2? Will you be there?
I don't know who's gonna be on there,
but if you are invited, will you be there?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, we were about to close, and there's a very important question I have to ask.
What?
Because you confused us this whole entire season.
What?
So, are you leaving sex clips and porn in the sex industry, or are you merging it together? What is the solid answer?
That's what I want to say at the reunion that I get to say. Okay, so, now, I said, and I may have contradicted myself a few times because I said I want to be done with porn, then I said I want to be known for other than just porn. So here's the thing.
Come on, clear it up.
I want to be known other than just porn, OnlyFans, and all that. That's why I'm trying to push towards the modeling, dancing, acting. However, I got hit with a pretty decent offer from a main company in this game, and
did the offer include you getting nut all over your face, like Corday said?
Offer.
He said, he saw it.
Because he said it because he wished that was his nut on my face, probably.
Well, he did say it himself. He said, if I wanted to nut on your face, because I saw somebody nut on your face. Anyway, you got an offer for somebody to nut on your face.
I got an offer.
I'm just saying. I've done some sex clips and things, but ain't nobody nutting on my face on camera. Nope. No.
I didn't say anything as of yet because I want to make sure that if I do this, then it's going to be a whole rebranding situation. So I'm just letting you know that I'm still getting offers to do porn. However,
so we need a solid answer. Are you owning that you really in your heart, regardless of what the public's opinion of how you entered this show, claim you were trying to transition and leave it behind with that whole big old picture in that party of you trying to leave it behind? You really do want to do both, my God. It's your heart's desire to be a porn star and a supermodel. You want to be the first Black LGBTQ
I just want to do it all. I do.
Porn star and not just a porn actor and porn feature in Twitter porn,
I want to do it all. I'm admitting it. I want to do it all.
Thank you. Thank you.
But y'all got to understand, I was really battling because I had people in my ear, and then what I was thinking that I should be in that. So it was really hard for me to make a constant decision. However, I'm saying to the world, I want to do both. I want to do it all.
Okay.
Period. So look out for me in 2019. You never know if you're going to see me on the porn screen or the big screen. We're going to see.
All right. See, the church appreciates this. That's how people can accept me.
Yes. And I'm still looking for love.
Oh, you're single.
I am.
Okay. All righty. Well, there is one other thing I have to say before we close.
What?
It's very important.
What?
I'm trying to think. Do I want to say this or not?
What? Well, because it's 120.
I'm trying to think if I want to say this or not.
Okay, just say it. Is it going to hurt me and stuff? Just say you asked me everything else, might as well.
I'm trying to decide if I want to say this because it's offensive, and you said that you already made up with Dre Simba, right?
We hashed it out.
Okay. Because, see, I have the footage, and it's still going to be released, so...
The footage of him saying shit?
Yes.
It's fine. Go ahead.
They'll be so mic'd up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
You all fast. Goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying... It's 1:20.
Oh, you going to be late for work?
I got to be at work at 1:30.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, can I close the video, please?
Let's close it out.
Goodness. Stop it.
Touching him.
All right, guys. Well, please follow us on all social media outlets. Please tell the church where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at S_DOT88 or Sherrod Antoine. That's my whole professional page. Nothing nasty on there. Mm-hmm. And on Facebook at Sherrod Willis. And since you're trying to be the supermodel and porn star, where can they find your porn? OnlyFans. www.onlyfans.com/sexwithme. SEXXXWITME. I did that to mess with you, but the reality of it is, if you're going to own that you're going to do both, you better get your coins everywhere you can, so my God. I had to promote it. You know, what Dre Simba said, he was like, I don't call OnlyFans porn. First of all, I was... Oh, I love that. That's one thing I loved in that moment, that Trinity and Caleb, they were like, they said that OnlyFans is still porn. Right. Anywhere you go, it's still porn. So, but you are not a porn star. I will say that you are a porn actor, because stars to me are A-list and they're everywhere. You're a porn actor. I listen, don't categorize me as porn star, then actor, whatever. Just I like porn. To have sex.
on film.
Whatever. Yeah, I guess. But
Show a little ass to get a little cash.
or swing a little dick, get a little, chip. Follow me on those sites, guys. It's your fave sexualite, socialite in the building, and stay tuned.
You are still calling yourself this sexualite, socialite?
I am, because it's never been done before, and I want to be the first.
You should make a shirt called. Did you really coin the phrase sexualite, or did someone else?
Ain't nobody saying that but me.
So why didn't you show up in a sexualite shirt or something? See how Akeem showed up with his own merchandise and everything. He was ready.
My thing is, it's not ready yet. It's up and coming.
Okay.
I'm still shopping it around.
All right.
But it's going to be crop tops.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I hope you guys have been commenting down below in the comment section during this entire interview, my God.
Yes.
Please share this video, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, become a part of the Notification Ministry. And we thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you for coming back again, because you have been MIA from my channel since I did, the clearing out of such.
Yeah.
So
I'm back, and hopefully this interview was very informative. Don't blow on my neck.
You're the one that want to be fresh. Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in. You're a mess.
I am a mess.
I'm like, how you gonna be this? How you gonna be this fresh and then talk about you want to be a porn reformer? Well, I guess Corday called you that, but I mean.
So I can just imagine what backlash I'm finna get from this interview.
I know.
I don't really care. I blocked him anyway.
But you'll be all over the place. I need you to. Yes. Yes.
I got too many bitches to check.
What you say?
I'm not messy. Bye.
He said you need medicine.
Oh, Big Mama can never forget that ass. Boy, asthma. You had asthma. Okay,
Shut up.
Bye.
Take yourself to work. How many hugs are you going to give me? Take yourself to work.
Secret crush.
Oh, whatever. Everybody is your secret crush. Goodbye.